Snapshot 25w17a is out with the Locator Bar out of experiments, region settings for realms, and more fixes. I'm NeunEinser and I'm filling in for Slicelame until his voice recovers from illness, and this is a showcase of the changes. Let's start with the Locator Bar, which is no longer an experiment and comes with a number of new options. The game rule for turning the Locator Bar on and off has been renamed from Use Locator Bar to Locator Bar. Points on the bar now correctly shift depending on the camera mode, and waypoints on the bar now respect team colors. The related waypoint command has been modified as well. The waypoint fade command has been removed, and instead there is now a waypoint style command. It is followed by either the ID of a waypoint style asset or reset. Waypoint style assets are JSON files in the waypoint style asset directory, which contain near and far distances that were previously set with the fade command as well as sprites list. Sprites in this list are located in the hut/locatorbar.sprite folder, and one is selected depending on where between the near and far distances the waypoint is. The first one if the waypoint is at or closer to the near distance, the last one if the waypoint is at or further than the far distance, and one in between picked linearly otherwise. At least one sprite is required. Let's move on to Happy Ghasts, which get a number of bug fixes in this version. Happy Ghasts now avoid pathfinding into dangerous blocks like lava. You can now use a dispenser to equip a harness on a Happy Ghast. Right-clicking a Happy Ghast equipped with a harness no longer plays a hand animation, and the rarity of Dwight Ghast items has been updated to be consistent with its crafting ingredients. A leash fix as well. Shift right-clicking on a chestboard with a leash now works properly. In visual use, there is now a new option to set the cloud rendering distance between the default of 128 chunks down to 2 chunks, and a bug causing clouds to not render when the render distance is set to 2 or 3 has been fixed. The Realms configuration screen has been updated and is now a tabbed screen, much like the Create World screen with Worlds, Players, Subscriptions and Settings tabs. The Settings tab also has a new setting for Realms in this version called Region Preference that allows for more control of where Realms server runs. The default is for the realm to automatically run as close as possible to the owner to minimize ping, but this can be changed to run as close as possible to the first player to join each session instead, or set to a specific location. This snapshot also comes with a long list of user interface fixes. Rideable mobs now show their slots again, and the strike-through of text in the villager interface is now rendered in front of the text again. The Furnace UI now once again shows the burn progress and lit animations, and the game mode switcher now once again works with translucent resource packs. The text cursor once again renders in front of command autocomplete text. The social interactions menu has several fixed problems, including it being darker than normal, which also apply to its subscreens like selecting chat messages to report. The no pending invites text for realms now renders in front again, and the tooltips for players on a realm are now correctly rendered again. The selected tab in the Create New World screen is now rendered properly, and the titles of planes in the pack selection screen is now in front again. Resource packs with panorama overlay no longer hide the entire title menu. This snapshot also comes with stability and performance fixes, including crash fixes and a performance optimization for clouds. The data pack version is now 74 and the resource pack version is now 58, and most of the related changes we've already talked about related to the Locator Bar, but let's quickly run through the remaining ones here. A couple of attribute bugs have been fixed, including the display field of attribute modifiers now being properly optional, and applying a waypoint transmit range attribute to a summoned entity now works properly. There are 2 new block tags in this version. The Happy Ghast avoids tag for blocks that Happy Ghasts try to avoid getting close to, and the triggers ambient Dwight Ghast block sounds tag for blocks that cause ambient Dwight Ghast sounds to play when a Dwight Ghast block is placed on them. And in shader news, the Fog is Sky member of the Fog uniform block has been removed in favor of splitting up the Sky shader. And that's it for this version. Thank you for watching. There are some buttons available under the video for sending Lime some healing energy.